Hello everyone, welcome to Officer Sada 24/7. My name is Soumya Prakash, and as you all know that we have started our new series Champions, and in this series we are discussing unit wise uh, every topic, and we'll be covering most of the units in this particular series. And please share the link of this video with all your friends, colleagues on WhatsApp, Facebook, or Telegram group so that they also come to know that we are doing this series. Second thing is that all those who are planning to appear for your JIB 2025, they should start your preparation now, because this is the absolutely right time when you can start your preparation. You have sufficient time and you have to cover 165 units in all the four subjects which you have to study for your JIB exams. So I'm taking up principles and practices of banking, and today is unit 8. We are covering unit 10, sorry, unit 10, which is on foreign currency accounts for residents. So in previous units, previous two units, when we started with foreign currency, what we have seen is that we can open account, different kind of accounts can be opened for NRIs, PIO and OCIs, but is there any account which can be opened for resident Indians, and can they open and maintain that account in foreign currency? So this unit will answer the question that it is possible that resident Indians can also open their account in foreign currency, and there are certain conditions which has to be made, and we will see that what those conditions are. So let's begin. And first of all, what are the kind of transactions? What are the type of accounts that are permitted for resident Indians to open or to have a account where they can keep their deposits in foreign currency? So there are four types of accounts which are opened: exchange earners foreign currency account, resident foreign currency account, that is RFC account, foreign currency domestic account, and diamond dollar account. So what is EFC? EFC accounts can be opened by a person resident in India, essentially from foreign exchange earnings. So if there is any kind of foreign exchange which are being earned, then that for that EFC account can be opened. There are few permitted transactions, permitted credits as well as permitted debits. They have to maintain and they have to operate according to the allowed or the permitted credit and debit. So any kind of 100% foreign exchange earnings for any person who is residing in India can open EFC account. It could be for payment received for counter trade. Counter trade could be any export, import, export or import business. Advance remittance received toward export of good or services. Suppose there is a customer who is Indian exporter, Mr. A. We are talking about Mr. A, who is an Indian exporter, and he has exported some goods to US and he has received some advance payment. So this can be credited in their EFC account. Professional earnings like doctors, lecturers, consultants who are working outside, or maybe they are doing it part-time kind of roles. So whatever the fees that they are receiving can be credited in EFC account. Interest earned on the fund which is held in the account can be kept in EFC account. If there is any unutilized foreign currency which was withdrawn earlier, suppose for any kind of payment, the payment was withdrawn from EFC account, it can be recredited in the account. Repayment of trade related loans or advances. If there is any repayment of loan and advances, suppose Mr. A, who is an Indian exporter, and he has lends some money to Mr. B, who is US importer, and Mr. A had given some loan to Mr. B. Now Mr. B can make the installments, can pay the installments in the EFC account of Mr. A. This can be done in EEFC account. If there is any disinvestment proceeds is that after selling out the shares, ADRs and GDRs are what? ADR is American Depository Receipt and ADR is American Depository Receipt, and GDRs is Global Depository Receipt. So these are shares which are floated in different currencies. American Depository Receipt is mainly uh, in America, and GDRs are traded in different countries. So if there is any disinvestment, if somebody sells out that share and receives the money, that can also be credited in the EFC account. Or if there is any kind of payment which is received by any Indian startup in foreign exchange for selling or exporting the goods or its overseas subsidiaries, that can also be kept in the EFC, that can also be credited in these are the permitted transactions in the EFC account. But why would anyone open EFC account in foreign currency? Only because that will help to mitigate the risk of foreign exchange. So if somebody has to make frequent payments in foreign currency, then there is always a risk of foreign exchange risk that the rates will keep on changing, whether it is with dollar INR or it is Indian INR or Euro. So you must be knowing that the rates keep on changing. So that exchange risk, exchange foreign exchange risk, the currency exchange risk can be minimized by opening account in foreign currency itself. Now, what are the permitted debits which are allowed in EFC? First, first is any kind of payment which is made outside India for capital or current account transactions. What are current account transactions? Current account transactions could be anything related to trade or remittances, and capital account are transactions where transactions are made for owning any kind of investments, for owning any kind of asset. If asset is created, then that transaction will be known as capital account transaction. Payment in case of foreign exchange of goods purchased from a 100% export unit. If there is any payment which is done for purchase of goods from export oriented unit, this can be debited from EFC account. Payment of custom duty, because export import, as per export import policy, custom duties will also be have to be paid. Any trade related loan or advances by an exporter account holder to his importer customer. As in the previous example, as I told you, Mr. A, if he is an Indian exporter and he is giving any advance to Mr. B, then he will give that, not advance, this is the loan which he is giving to Mr. B, and that can be debited from their EFC account, and the credit will also come into the EFC account, that is Exchange Earners Foreign Currency account. Payment in foreign exchange to a person resident in India for any kind of supply of goods and services. If payment is to be made in foreign exchange for supply of goods even in India, that can also be made by debiting to EFC account. Now, what is RFC account? Suppose a person, suppose an NRI, after living abroad for quite good number of years and after serving there, or he or she may be employed in in any of the foreign country, and they decide to come back to India. So they can open this RFC account. The balances which are lying in their NRE account or FCNR account can be transferred to RFC account. So a person resident in India is permitted to open RFC account with an AD bank. AD bank is authorized dealer, which is authorized by RBI, out of foreign exchange received or acquired by him. What are the permitted credits? In case of foreign currency account, resident foreign currency, that is RFC account, uh, it could be a saving account, it can be opened as current account, it can also be opened as term deposit. What are the credits which are allowed? Credits allowed are pension, any kind of superannuation benefits, and other monetary benefits from his overseas employer can be credited into this RFC account by converting assets acquired by him as a non-resident. If somebody had purchased some assets in the country where he was living, and now he has got some proceeds, he has already sold that asset, and he wants to take that money and come back to India, then that can be deposited in their RFC account. If there is any transactions before July 8, 1947, which was for or any income arising accruing thereon held outside India as per general or special RBI permission, that can also be credited in the RFC account. And if there is any LIC claims, if there is any insurance claim uh, which which was settled in foreign exchange by any Indian company, Indian insurance company, that can also be transferred in the RFC account. So as I told you that RFC accounts can be opened as saving current account as well as TD, and these deposits are held in foreign currency because NRI who came back to India, he wants to hold cash or he wants to have his savings. This is for savings of NRI. He wants to have his savings in foreign currency because he or she might have to make any payment, regular payment in again in foreign currency, and to mitigate the risk of exchange, foreign exchange, they can open this RFC account because every time they will exchange, they will have a different exchange rate, and to mitigate that risk, they will open their RFC account. From that account, they can do the debits for any kind of liability which they may be having in the country where they were living. What are the permitted debits? Balance in RFC account can be fully utilized outside India and converted to Indian rupee. So both the transactions are allowed. Through RFC, they can make foreign currency payments outside India because they might be having some liability there also, or if they want, they can get it converted into Indian rupees, and they will get the rate which will be applicable on that particular day on which they want to withdraw it in Indian rupees. So both the transactions are allowed, and these are permitted debit transactions which are allowed in RFC account. Now comes resident foreign currency domestic account. Resident foreign currency account, RFC account, is open for NRIs who have moved back to India and they are receiving funds from there, either as any monetary benefit from previous employer or pension, or if there is any superannuation benefit. RFCT account is opened by resident Indians who are residing here in India, but they have received some amount from various sources, which we will see in the permitted credit, and they want to open any account with where they can keep the foreign currency. For that, they can open RFC-D account. One of difference is that in RFC account can be opened as saving current account TD account. RFC-D account can be opened as current account only. In RFC account, interest payment is done, and in RFC-D, there is no interest payment made because this is a current account. So there will be no, this will be current account. A resident individual may open an RFC-D account to retain in a bank account in India the foreign exchange acquired by him or her. And this will be not because they were working outside. So there will be other uh, payment method, or there will be other sources from which he or she has received money in foreign currency, and that can be deposited in RFC-D account. So permitted credit are can be opened from foreign exchange acquired in the form of foreign currency, bank notes, or traveler check, payment on visit abroad for services not arising from any business. So it is not because of any business or anything done in India. Honorarium or gift or services rendered or in settlement of any, if there is any lawful obligation from any person non-resident in India and who is on a visit to India, that can be credited in the uh, RFC-D account. Suppose there was some lawful litigation which was going on with any person who was not resident Indian, and they have to make payment to any resident Indian. In that case, the resident Indian can open RFC-D account. If there is any honorarium or gift which was given while visit to any place outside India, that can also be credited in the RFC-D account. Any gift from a relative, suppose any NRI gifts any resident Indian any gift in foreign currency, that can be deposited in RFC-D account. If there is unspent foreign exchange which was acquired while traveling to another country, if suppose somebody had bought some foreign currency before going abroad and now they have come back to India and they have some unspent foreign exchange, they can keep this RFC, they can open this RFC account and they can keep that foreign currency in that RFC-D account. Representing the disinvestment proceeds received by resident account holder or conversion of share held by him to ADR GDR. If any resident Indian had purchased ADR or GDR, which is kind of shares of countries, and these are in foreign currency. So if somebody sells that share, and whatever proceeds is received, this can be credited in their RFC-D account. By way of earning received, as in RFC account, we have also seen that any proceeds of life insurance policy claims, maturity, surrender value settled in foreign currency by any Indian insurance company. If Indian insurance company has settled a claim and the settlement was done in foreign currency, not in Indian currency, then it can be credited into RFC-D account. Debit would be for permitted current and capital account transactions. Only the permitted capital and current account transactions can be made through RFC-D account. So let's see some questions. Which of the following permitted transactions are permitted transactions in EEFC? 100% foreign exchange earning by way of inward remittance through normal banking channel, payments received for the purpose of counter trade, amounts received by converting assets acquired as non-resident or inherited from or gifted by a person resident outside India and repatriated to India, advance remittance received toward export of goods or services, professional earnings. And options are all except 5, all except 4, all except 3, all are permitted. So what will be the answer? Which of the following transactions are permitted in EFC account? Exchange earners foreign currency account. And first is 100% foreign exchange earned by way of inward remittance through normal banking channel. Payment received for the purpose of counter trade. Amounts received by converting assets acquired as a non-resident or inherited from or gifted by a person resident outside India and repatriated to India. Advances remittances received towards export of goods or services or professional earnings. All except 5, all except 6, all except 3, or all are permitted. So in these type of questions, we'll go one by one. So 100% of foreign exchange earning by way of inward remittance through normal banking channel, this is allowed. Payment received for purchase of counter trade, import export, this is allowed. Amount received by converting asset acquired as a non-resident or inherited, this is for RFC account. This is not for EFC account. Advanced remittance received toward export of goods and services are allowed, and professional earnings are allowed in EFC account. So except 3, all transactions are permitted. So right answer is C. Mr. P, who was an NRI and lived in US for more than 10 years, decided to come back to India and settle with his family. He acquired property in US which he sold before coming back to India. He also receives pension from his employer. Which of the following account can be opened by him? Exchange earners foreign currency account, resident foreign currency account, resident foreign currency domestic account. So which of the account can be opened? If an NRI decides to come back to India, which of the following account can be opened by them? Right answer is RFC account. They are for NRIs who are returning back to India. Which of the following are permitted to open foreign currency accounts? Indian agents of shipping or airline companies incorporated outside India, ship manning or crew managing agencies in India, project offices of foreign companies, organizers of international seminars, conferences, conventions, etc., units located in special economic zone. And as we have seen that the right answer is all are permitted. So these all organizations are, there are few more, and they are allowed to open foreign currency accounts because they have regular transfer of money from one country to another. So RBI has allowed them, and in these also there are few permitted credits and debits that can be uh, that are permitted. Which of the following are permitted transactions in RFC-D account? Payment on a visit abroad for services not arising from any business or anything done in India. Honorarium or gift or services rendered or in settlement of any lawful obligation from any person. non-resident in India and who is on a visit to India, honorarium or gift while on a visit to any place outside India, gift from a relative, unspent foreign exchange acquired from an authorized person for travel abroad, monetary benefit from overseas employer. Options are all except 1 and 4, all except 2 and 3, all except 6, all are permitted. And right answer will be all except payment on abroad for services not arising from any business. This is right. This is allowed in RFCD account. Honorarium or gift. This is allowed, or any obligation, lawful obligation. Honorarium or gift which was given on visit to any place outside India. Gift from relative is also allowed in RFCD account. Unspent foreign exchange acquired from an authorized person for travel abroad. This can also be made, but this can be credited in RFC account, not RFCD account. So all except 6 are permitted transactions. So this is it for today, and as you all know that from 30th November we have started our paid batch, increment batch, and we are targeting for May 2025 now. As I told you that this is the right time to start your preparation because you'll be having sufficient time to study and cover 165 total units which you have to study for your JAB exam. And for enrolling to our courses, you have to go to Adda 24/7 site. If you have still not downloaded the app, then download the app, and you can download it from Google Play or Apple Store. After downloading the app, you'll get other benefits as well because you get more discounts through by using the app. After going after downloading the app, you have to go to all courses, JAB Gap, and you can go to JAB May 2025. Here you can see that you can buy JAIIB Mahapack, where you get double validity as well as you get the benefit of other batches also which we launch during the exams. And for enrolling to our increment batch, you can just go here and go to buy now. Here you have to use the code Y984 and then apply, so you will get maximum discount which you can see is 80%, and if you register it through app you will get more discount there. So start your preparation and wishing you all the best. So thanks a lot for watching this video. Do subscribe the channel if you have still not subscribed the channel, and you'll be getting a lot of information related to your JIB, CIB and bank promotion exams on this particular channel. So subscribe the channel and like the videos, and thanks a lot.